A man is only conquered when he surrenders from within. So said Epictetus, the man born a slave, bound and broken, who later taught emperors and philosophers. When you hear that line, something inside wakes up. Something that says, maybe I can't change everything around me, but I can start with myself. We are not slaves in the old sense, with chains and iron, but we are captives in other ways. Captive to chaos, captive to speed, captive to distraction. We live divided between screens, notifications, and appointments. Each of us knows we could live a quieter, clearer life. Yet we get lost because our priorities are scrambled. The first thing the philosopher teaches us is simple. Set your priorities. How? Take a small piece of paper or imagine it in your mind. And at the top write, what is most precious to me? You might think, money, health, family. Then you realize the answer has layers. Money is a tool. Health is the vessel. Family is the root. Mix them all, and what you're really after is a life of meaning. This is not just talk. This is a conversation between you and me. If these ideas touch you, support this message with a like and subscribe. Your interaction matters. It keeps this conversation alive. Marcus Aurelius, an emperor who could have sunk into luxury, wrote in his journals, if you were to live 1,000 years or only 100, what would you lose but the life you are living now? Focus on what's in your hands today. Every morning he asked, what matters most today? Will I chase desire, or will I meet my fate as a sensible human being? Look at our lives. We wake and reach for our phones before opening our eyes. Images and news overwhelm us before the day even begins. We are letting other people's priorities feed our minds. Seneca was sharper. Life is not short. We make it short. Time is enough if we know where to place it. But when we chase 100 things, we splinter. Let me tell you the story of Zeno. He was a wealthy merchant whose ship sank and all his wealth disappeared overnight. Anyone else might have collapsed. Zeno walked into the streets of Athens, read the philosophers, and said, I have found a wealth that will not sink. He founded Stoicism. Had he not lost everything, he might never have discovered the philosophy that changed millennia. When you set priorities, you're not making a to-do list, you're declaring allegiance. Will you be a slave to fleeting desires or the master of your own life? Once you know your priorities, you must protect them. Boundaries. Boundaries aren't walls to isolate you. They are fences that keep what is precious safe. Imagine an orchard without a fence. Every passerby takes fruit, breaks a branch, tramples the soil. Soon there's nothing left. We are the same. If you don't set clear limits, others will enter your mind and take what they please. Epictetus told his students, no one can enter your mind unless you open the door. Say stop when you must. Learn to refuse. One of the greatest causes of exhaustion today is saying yes when you mean no. A friend asks to meet when you need rest. A boss piles on extra work when you're drained. A family expects your constant presence when you need solitude. Every time you say yes for the wrong reasons, you weaken your inner wall and let others drain your energy. Seneca said, he who cannot say no will never know how to live. Protecting your inner boundaries is not cruelty. It is mercy for yourself. Boundaries also mean knowing when to stop speaking. Socrates taught the art of silence. Sometimes ending the argument is wiser than prolonging it. Even with yourself, you need limits. How many times have you scrolled your phone for another hour? Procrastinated on the important work? Stayed up too late? These are breaches of your inner boundary. Imagine your mind as a house with many rooms. If every door is open, dust blows in from every direction. Close the doors you don't need. Keep what matters clean. Now consider your physical space. To some it sounds trivial, but the Stoics understood that outer clutter mirrors inner confusion. Marcus Aurelius, amid armies and politics, believed that order outside helps quiet inside. He didn't mean lavish decoration. He meant simplicity. Keep around you only what you truly need. A tidy bed each morning is not vanity. It is a tiny declaration that you control the start of your day. Leonardo da Vinci said, Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. A clear desk brings a clearer mind. Clean your space, and you clean your thinking. Your relationships are part of your space too. Surrounding yourself with draining people creates a human mess. Choose fewer people who give you clear energy. Imagine a traveler with an overfilled bag. He walks slow and weary. When he lightens the load, he moves faster and feels freer. Our possessions and toxic ties become weights. Seneca wrote, "Poverty is not having too little, but needing too much. Learn what is enough." This mastery of priorities, boundaries, and space leads us to another cornerstone: routine. Many fear routine. They think it kills creativity. But for the Stoics, routine is a bridge above chaos. It is not a prison. It is a guardian that helps you steer. Marcus Aurelius began each day with short notes to himself, reminders like armor. I will meet the ungrateful. I will face the arrogant. I will not let anyone steal my humanity. These were his morning rituals, his armor for the day. Routine gives rhythm. The musician's life is built on repeated practice, not on random bursts. Epictetus asked his students each evening, "What did you do today?" Not to shame them, but to learn where they advanced and where they failed. A fixed sleep and wake time may seem small, but when you scatter your hours, you scatter your soul. Those who change bedtime every night are like someone planting a tree and pulling it up each day. It will never root. Look at great creators and thinkers. Hemingway wrote every morning at the same hour. Socrates walked the streets daily. Even small commitments, 1 hour a day, lead to a masterpiece over a year. Routine does not steal freedom, it enlarges it. Habit creates the space where freedom can truly flourish. We also need to embrace living with less. Stoics taught the power of scarcity. Epictetus, who began life as a slave, said, "The wealthy man is not he who has much, but he who needs little." Seneca, despite great riches, practiced voluntary simplicity, rough clothes, simple food, asking himself, "Is this what I feared?" By tasting less, he learned that happiness does not live in gold, but in the calm of the soul. Look at your life. How many items sit untouched for months? How many possessions fill space and steal peace? Owning less frees you. Real power is not in possession, but in freedom. When you need little, nothing owns you. That is Stoic liberty. All of this, priorities, boundaries, clean space, routine, voluntary simplicity, only matters when you take the final step: responsibility. This phrase is heavy because it strips away excuses. We are brilliant at blaming circumstances, people, the past. The Stoic stands before the mirror and says, "I am responsible. If not the cause, then responsible for the response." Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Blame changes nothing. Action changes everything." He faced plagues, wars, betrayal, and he did not spend pages lamenting fate. He wrote, "This is what life gave me. This is what I will do with it." Epictetus went further. You don't choose what happens to you, but you choose how you see it. His leg was broken by his master, yet he taught freedom, not the absence of external chains, but the refusal to be conquered inside. How many times have you said, "If only X hadn't happened, I'd be fine. If only, a chain that binds." Responsibility means cutting that chain and saying, "What happened happened. What remains is mine to shape." It's painful to admit, but it's also the birth of something new. Stop playing the victim. Own your mistakes and own the correction. That honesty is the first step to maturity. Philosophers compared a human to a farmer. The weather changes, pests come, soil dries. The farmer does not curse the sky. He picks up his tool and plants. Results aren't all in his hands, but effort is. We are not gods. We cannot command every event, but we can take responsibility for what is ours. Taking responsibility is the first step towards sovereignty. You stop waiting to be saved and become the one who saves, even if only yourself.